Are you thinking about the pet insurance for your furry friend, or you maybe came across Embrace Pet Insurance? You went inside their website and inside their app, and it was just the right thing that tickled your fancy? In our case, this was just a situation. We went inside their website, and right there and then I was sold. I said, this is the best. There is nothing that can beat it. And their app just looked so good. This is exactly what happened to us, and I'm gonna save you a lot of money, make you think differently about pet insurance. You know, it was the same for us. We looked at it and we thought, that's just it for us. So it's been about 4 years that we own our dog, and he's just awesome. We've been doing everything with him. He's healthy. He had a clean background. We got him when he was just a pup. You remember the first day that we got him? The first day that we got him was just absolutely adorable. He was just this little thing. We got him when he was just a couple of weeks old, and that was just awesome. Who could forget those little small moments of joy, huge moments of joy when we get our first pup inside of the door and he just comes into our lives and just changes everything. And then the question comes around that what about protection? We are protected. Or maybe your dog gets sick for the first time, you hop into the emergency room and you see the bill and you just ask yourself, oh my God, how is that possible? I know this was the case for us. We took our pet to the hospital for the first time. It was just a couple of weeks old, couple of months old, and then the bill was so huge, it was just scary to look at. Exactly, the first time that our pet got sick, we took Pepe to the hospital, and the bill was about $1,400. And the only thing that was wrong with him, he was just vomiting. And they told us that, yeah, there is nothing wrong with him, but we need to do X-ray, XBZA, everything from right there and then to make sure there is nothing wrong with him. And lo and behold, there was nothing wrong with him, which I think that was just a waste of money, but we had to be sure. But then we thought about getting pet insurance, and we came across a couple of websites, and one of them that took our eye was Embrace Pet Insurance. They took our eyes right there and then. We loved it. They supported everything. They were so nice when we wanted to seal the deal with them at the beginning. It's really not that hard to be fooled by fancy website or a fancy app, especially these days. We see a lot of fancy website, fancy application, but once you download them and you start using them, it loses everything when it comes to customer support. And that was the case for our pet insurance with Embrace Pet Insurance, which I will give it 0 out of 5 stars. If I could give them negative, I would definitely do. Now this is, I'm not trying to bring down their company, and they might just be an excellent company, but what we are trying to say is that save yourself some money and hassle. When you go to their website, they say we have X, Y, and Z, but don't be fooled with it because but how do they measure that? It's just horrible. Let me tell you this. When we first got our insurance, this is just a little story, and then I'll tell you something that you could do instead if you really want to protect your furry one, and maybe think about it. Maybe put it in the option. Maybe it may help you. Maybe. It was a couple of years ago, and we thought what better way to protect our loved one, the furry friend that we have, by getting him a pet insurance. That was a moment of lapse of judgment, misjudgment. And we went through the website and everything was good to go. Everything looked great. The questionnaire couldn't be clearer. When I had a question and I wanted answer, they were right there and then. They answered everything, and it looked like a really, really good website with good customer support behind it. I'll give them 10 out of 10 when they tried to sign us up, but after all of those was done, it started. It was time for the background check. It was just like getting life insurance. The background check was intense. They asked us for every single doctor that we went to. They asked us for every single record that we had, every single shot. And that's understandable, because if your dog is sick, it's not gonna be covered. If your dog has a problem and you're thinking about getting pet insurance, forget about it. Because it doesn't matter what or where you have taken him, it's in the record. And if your dog has a problem or has an illness, it will not be
covered.
covered. So might as well just save your money. But if your dog doesn't have a problem, which in our case, our dog didn't have a problem, we took him to a lot of vets. We got all the information and we sent it to the doctors, to the Embrace Pet Insurance. They took a look at it, and after about 14 days of evaluation, we were accepted, and we had to just pay the monthly fees until our dog gets sick. And that's it, just pay the fee, $50 a month for every month. The wait period was truly a hassle, but after the wait period was done, we were given the good to go, but we had to wait a couple of months before the insurance would actually kick in. And during those months, you should better keep your dog checked. All of this was done, the waiting period was done, and this past couple of weeks, especially with the virus spreading, our dog got sick and I was a little worried, and we thought, let's take him to the hospital. We took him to the hospital, everything was good to go, but the bill was $1,400. Now, before giving the doctor good to go to check my dog, I said, let me call my insurance and make sure the insurance actually works. And that's when we called the insurance. And we said, hey, this is what's happened, this is what's going on, and we want to pre-authorize the procedure that he needs to have, which is an x-ray, which is blood sample, stool sample, test this, test that, this medication, and him sleeping there tonight. So we did just that, and as soon as everything was done, we never got a response. We got a response back that it takes 14 days for them to approve basically what the doctor wanted to do. Now, at the emergency room with my dog, he's sick, and it takes 14 days for them to evaluate and see if they're really gonna pay for it or not. Help us with the problem that we're having. 14 days we had to wait. 14, yeah. So I called in and I said, this is an emergency. We need this to be solved right now. And their response was, no, I'm sorry, sir. We can't. It just takes a long time for this to be processed. Very calm, very calm. I had to make the judgment. I said, okay, we'll just take care of it. I called the doctor and I said, how important is it for him to have an x-ray? He's throwing up. Does he really need an x-ray? The doctor said, no, it's just precaution. This and this and this has to be done, but those we can wait. Yeah. So I said, sure, give us the pill, give us the IV, and do whatever you have to do to make sure he's okay. So I get the treatment, I pay the bill, and then I have the pre-approval, send the bill to the insurance, and let the insurance pay me back, hopefully. No. But, and then the doctor accepted it, and then the bill came out to be like, how much was the bill like around? $300, I think, yeah, 300. And then they came back, and then we took the dog home. Pepe got better, thank God, after a couple of days. But we never heard back from the insurance company. And to me, that was just absolutely horrible. They never called back to check on us. They never called back to see what has happened. They never called back to see what the status was. We brought the dog home exactly, and days passed, and we did not hear back anything from the insurance company until a couple days later, where they rejected us and they said, we don't have all your information. But I sent them every document that they had. I have an email for and we were previously approved, but they said no, and we cannot approve it. Nope, we can't approve because this might have been a pre-existing condition, and and they denied it. Yeah, nowhere in the records. Now, this is not only me. I had this happen to a lot of our friends. So if you just got a pet, or if you are thinking about getting your pet a health insurance, now if they have a pre-existing problem and you say, yeah, our dog has pre-existing problem, forget about it. I am not talking to those individuals because regardless, pet insurance is not gonna cover any of your costs. Not gonna cover. I don't care what the condition is, what you say, or what pet insurance you have. No. They're not gonna cover it if there is a single mention in his record that he has some sort of pre-existing condition. Even if you get him from, let's say, if you adopt your dog, it doesn't matter. you adopted him when he had those pre-existing conditions, so that's not covered. So the best option for you is to invest your money. Start an investment. You put some money down, or you don't have to put some money down, and then every month, instead of paying the pet insurance $50 to $70 to $100, depending on what option you want to have, they start usually around $50. Put that into your saving.
Save it.
Put that into some investment, into some stock, into some bonds. Create a portfolio
And save your money.
Just go with it.
Yeah.
Save yourself the money. Save yourself the hassle of knowing if you're gonna be paid or not, and know that you're covered. Now, for some people, it makes sense to get a pet insurance.
For some, yeah.
But for a lot of people,
It doesn't make sense.
if you ask me,
It doesn't make sense.
save yourself the money.
Start saving.
Just invest.
Invest your money. That's
$50 a month down.
and then just pay 50 months.
I'll bet you this will work for 70% of people.
70%.
Now,
Just
not gonna say
guesstimating.
this will work for everybody.
This is just a guesstimate. I'm not,
Never know, you get a pet and they might have some illness
and they might.
that will cost a lot of money. But if you're adopting your pet, or if you know your pet
Think
has a
about it.
problem, or if you're not getting the insurance since the moment they were born,
Think about it.
then getting a pet insurance
Might just be right.
to me
Might just be
just
right.
doesn't make sense.
Might just
What
be
about
right.
you?
Might just be right. I think the same thing. I think it's too much. I think if you invest from the beginning, you're
Exactly. And embrace pet insurance.
good. I give it
Don't
a
be
thumbs down.
fooled by their look and their fancy website
Yeah.
and their fancy app.
I was. fooled
I'm
by
sorry,
their
but I
fancy.
was very disappointed with the way that they treat their customers.
It was horrible.
Customer service was horrible.
Horrible.
But maybe that was just me getting the wrong person. Maybe you have a better experience. How was your experience with your
Yeah,
pet
let us know.
insurance or with any insurance?
Let us know.
Do you agree with me, or do you think pet insurance is something extremely necessary? As always, thank you for watching.
We hope that you liked it and enjoyed it.
We try to make this
Better and better.
better and better every time, and then we hope that you enjoyed it. Let us know down in the comment if there's anything we should improve.
If there's anything we should add, we'd be glad to talk to you guys.
And I just know you got that something special about you.